Dwayne here from The Runner, and today we are reviewing the Joe Nimble Ultreya. Alright, so this is the Ultreya by Joe Nimble. These shoes were provided to me by Joe Nimble for the purposes of reviewing. They're marketed out there for the ultra runners. I'm definitely don't put my hand up and class myself as an ultra runner. However, very happy to give these shoes a bit of a test and to share with you guys to see how they go. Right, so the Ultreya is a neutral road running shoe, coming in at a pretty hefty weight in my size, which is a US 8.5. I've weighed this one at 375 grams, and that's over 13 ounces. So super duper heavy shoe, and I think that's due to the foam compound in the shoe here. And it's also priced at 219 euros. Which equates to about $230 in the US. In Australia here, it's an outrageous $340. So in the upper here, we've got a multi-directional flex knit is what they call it. Now this knit of the upper is super thick. So it is flexible and thins out towards the toe box. However, I've found it not very breathable because it's just super thick. It's really hot here in Australia at the moment, and I've found the upper really hot. I'll stay onto the toe box, and what they've got going on here in the toe box is their toe freedom, so it's a nice wide toe box. It's very ultra-like, so that lets the toes splay when you're running and spread out and give you that natural stability going through the foot strike. I quite like a wide toe box, and I have done a lot of running in ultra, and it's got a very ultra-like feel in the ride. So moving back onto the upper, we've got the heel counter here that is pretty stout, but it's just got so much padding in there. Like this, the lockdown and the comfort here is just spot on. But super thick again, super thick. The tongue, fully gusseted, lovely amount of padding on the tongue. And the comfort is bang on. They've got what they've called here as their tunnel lacing system. So that does a great job with the gusseted tongue and all that padding around the heel counter, and it just provides a great lockdown in this shoe. So I can't go on enough how good the build quality in this thing. It's probably the best or the best built shoe, running shoe that I have ever seen. And obviously that's factored into the weight. It could be a little overbuilt, but this one is going to definitely stand the test of time. So in the midsole here, we've got a big slab of Nimble foam. So the stack height 24 in the front, 24 in the rear, so zero drop. Now it's a dual density direct injection. So dual density, what they've done here, the actual outside of the frame of the midsole is firmer, and on the inside of the midsole it's softer, so to take out the sting out of the road and give you some cushion as you're rolling along. So the foam to me feels really dense and heavy, so super heavy, super dense. So I find the ride quite firm. It's extremely stable, but it's pretty consistent, so you get the same amount of rebound or energy return every single step. The longer the run goes on, it doesn't matter, this thing stays consistent. However, I don't have that much pop coming back out, so I'm a bit of a lighter runner, so I don't think I'm heavy enough to get the full benefits of the energy return that this foam offers. I can feel that it's there, but for me the ride just feels a little firm. So in the geometry here, it's pretty standard. There's no rocker or anything. It's just a zero drop shoe, which obviously promotes a bit of a more mid-foot, forefoot landing. So in the outsole here, we've pretty much got a full rubber coverage of all of the bottom. We've got a little bit of exposed foam here, but that's just as firm as the rubber on the outside. Now this outsole is super duper grippy, and you feel really sure-footed when you're out there on the road. No slippage whatsoever. There's a little bit of wear I've got up here around the front where I'm clawing into the road, but apart from that, it's got pretty minimal wear. Now the durability on this shoe is going to be like nothing I've ever seen. So Joe Nimble actually has a 3-year warranty, which is unheard of in a running shoe. So I think these shoes will be so manked by the end of that 3 years is up, you're going to want to throw them out anyway. However, kudos to Joe Nimble for backing themselves and having a 3-year warranty. Rightio, best use for this one. So it's marketed at the ultra runners, and that's exactly where I put it. So for me, it's really comfortable walking. It's really comfortable at them really slow paces, and that shuffling walk run type feel. It's not good for anything speed like, and I wouldn't race a normal road marathon in it. It's just far too heavy. Right, so that's my take on the Joe Nimble Ultreya. If you could lose a little bit of weight and definitely have a little bit more pop and responsiveness in that midsole, I'd be very, very keen. However, it's marketed at the ultra runners. I'm definitely not an ultra runner, don't class myself as an ultra runner. But so I can see it going to be very beneficial for those guys out there. Right, so that's it on the Ultreya. If you've got any questions about my time in it, please let me know in the comments below. And please give us a like and subscribe to the channel if you've liked what you've seen here today. And we'll see you next time.